Whew, it is July and it is hot outside.
That's right. I think right now it's 91 degrees outside. Inside here, this says it is 83 degrees.
And our AC is just not keeping up. How do we fix this?
We're going to show you what we're going to try right now.
I'm Natasha.
And I'm Bill.
And we're nursing our travel bug. If it's your first time here, welcome.
We've been traveling on the road for over 3 years now. My wife here is a travel nurse, and I'm a stay-at-home dad with our 2 kiddos and our little dog.
We travel all over the country in our fifth wheel RV. To catch up on all of our adventures, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we release a new video. We do our travel adventures, travel nurse videos, and RV maintenance videos.
And as we hinted at earlier, today we are showing you 4 steps to keeping your RV cooler in the summer heat.
Let's get to it.
Hi, I'm Laura Justice, attorney at law. These people are not professionals. They are not responsible for any damage you may do to your AC or RV. Thank you.
Step 1 to cooling your RV is AC maintenance.
That's right. So what you need to do that is clean your coils.
Yes. We are gonna take off this shroud and show you how to clean them, but first, let's show you the products we're going to use today.
So we went out to the local hardware store and we just found what they had on hand. This is some Easy Green condenser cleaner. Of course, read the instructions. We've seen other products online that are no rinse. We figured we're gonna rinse it anyway, so this is what we're using.
Next, we have our handy dandy DeWalt drill. Make sure you don't have an impact drill. All we're doing with these is removing the screws on the AC shroud, so you don't need a lot of power. In fact, a handheld screwdriver will work just as well.
So we brought up a garbage bag, and if we make a big old mess, we even have a towel.
Here's our materials. We will have links for some of the products that you can buy online in the description, so check them out. And let's get to it.
All right, now we're gonna take off the shroud cover here. You just wanna be careful, try not to damage your pins while you're doing it. Now these do get brittle in the sun also. They're constantly getting beat on by that sun, so these plastic covers can get brittle as well. Just be careful. We got the cover off. First thing you're gonna notice is that there's all sorts of gunk and leaves and debris in here. You're gonna want to clean that out. They also say you need to look, sometimes mud daubers and wasps, bees, stuff like that. Birds might build a nest in here, so just take a look. Ours has a bunch of, it's like cottonwood trees. Maybe we'll give it a quick rinse first off, and then we'll spray her down with our cleaner. The fins are brittle, so we're gonna try to use a lighter spray instead of going full force power washing this thing. On to the next step, we're going to spray the cleaner on there. I'll just read you the directions. Make sure your system's turned off. We turned off the ACs, and we also just flipped the breaker to the whole RV. Allow your unit to cool before applying Easy Green. Shake the product well, spray directly on the coils and fins in a uniform motion, and allow it to sit or foam for 5 to 10 minutes. And then rinse thoroughly with a garden hose. Allow them to dry, then restart the unit. Reapply as necessary. Here we go. Waited our 10 minutes. We actually got the other one ready while we were waiting. Now it's time to hose this one down.
If you're worried about spraying down your AC and all of the water getting trapped in there, you'll notice that there are drain spouts. I think there's 4 of them in our case. So as you're spraying off the inside, they'll drain down those pre-drilled holes and your AC will totally air out. If you ever happen to notice that your AC unit is starting to drip on the inside of your rig, you need to go and check those drain spouts or those drain holes. They could get clogged with debris. So just make sure that all of them are open and operational.
All right, so we just need to put these covers back on, get off of this 200-degree roof, get inside, and turn that AC back on. Man, it is hot. If you can help it, do this in the spring. But for now, I need to find a way to cool off. Thanks, dear.
Hello, I'm Safety Sam, and I'm here to remind you to be careful. First, you need to make sure your roof is a walkable one. Secondly, most folks don't realize their RV ladders have a weight limit. So if you're a bigger person like my dad, Bill, you may need a more sturdy ladder. Finally, there are many things on the roof, so watch your step. Gravity hurts.
Our next step brings us back inside the RV.
That's right. Step 2 is cleaning your AC vents.
It really is simple. You simply take down the vent cover, take out your filter, rinse it off, clear all that gunk off of there, let it dry, and put them back up.
The let it dry is probably the most important part of this whole step. You don't want it to be partially damp or it's just gonna recollect the dust, but much quicker. We suggest doing this overnight so it has plenty of time to dry.
So you'll want to pick a nice cool day.
For us, we have AC vents in our living room and in our bedroom. That's why you might see 2 different styles. Ooh, that's a dirty vent. We usually clean these about every 3 or 6 months. However, if you're in a really dusty area like, say, Arizona, you may find you need to clean them even more frequently.
That brings us to step 3. Wait a minute.
Darkening and insulating your RV.
As far as darkening, a good tool for that is something called Reflectix. It's kind of like a bubble wrap that's reflective material on both sides.
So it does 2 jobs. It reflects the heat of the sun from your windows, and it insulates, so it keeps the heat out and the cold in to help keep your RV cool.
Yeah, but unfortunately it does make it live like you're living in a cave. It gets really dark inside. Ergo our little joke.
Haha. Yes, we also have blackout shades. You can see them behind us here. They came standard in our RV. I think they come standard in a lot of other RVs. They're great, again, for blocking out the sunlight, but again, it keeps the sunlight out. So we don't necessarily close the blackout shades or use Reflectix in all of our windows, but we use them on the sides that get the most intense sun to keep everything cool, and then still give us a little bit of sunshine so we don't get depressed.
Sometimes you will notice you'll open your cabinets or your pantry or what have you, and you'll feel the heat coming from that back wall. Another tip here, a lot of people that I've seen online even cut the Reflectix and fit it to the back of their cabinets, and that, they say, kind of blocks out the heat.
The Reflectix was really easy to install on our windows. I literally unroll it, press it up into the window, and get kind of a form, and you cut it. On some of our windows where we may get sun during the day but not during the afternoon, we actually installed the 3M Command Velcro strips on the side of the Reflectix in the frame of the window, so you can snap it up there during the day, and when you want some sunlight in, remove it. Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy.
So that is darkening. The other part of the step is insulating. In our RV, we have 2 max air fans and a 3rd regular vent. You lose a lot of airflow into these areas. Now, our max air fan in our living room and the one in our bathroom actually have light covers over top of that, so the sunlight still beats through. So again, you're getting heat that way, and then you're losing cool airflow as well. So we have these really cool foam covers that we bought online, again, and we'll throw the link in the description for you. But they literally just pop up in the hole for your max air fan. They even have a little handle on the side, so you can easily pull it down if you need to, if you want to open up your vent, especially in the bathroom when you're showering. You need to vent out that air.
I was going to say that would probably be the only downside is with us, with our kids, they don't always open the vent in the first place when they shower, and we're probably going to have to remind them to pull that down when they shower as well.
Yes. Now, as I mentioned before, we have a 3rd vent in our bunk room, but we did not purchase a foam cover to go in there because there's another pro tip. We actually have one of the max air covers on the outside of our rig, and we purchased a black one, so it actually prevents the sunlight from penetrating into the RV. So that one wasn't necessary. If you want to protect your vent from rain or hail or what have you, get these vent covers. They may save the life of your vent.
It makes it even greater because you can keep your vents open while you're driving down the road. That can help keep your inside cool if you're traveling during these hot summer nights.
That's right. Step 4 brings us to the bedroom,
where all the magic happens.
But we are going to show you the magic trick that we use on our vents to help get better airflow and therefore better circulation and cooler temperatures. Check this out.
The tools you'll need for step 4 are a Phillips screwdriver, a roll of heat-resistant foil tape, and a X-Acto knife or a razor blade to cut the tape. Step 1, we're going to take the screws out of the vent to see what we're dealing with here. Alright, so you can see this here. This black collar is what they say blocks some of the airflow. If we get a shot up in here, you'll see that there's a gap and the collar will stick up beyond that. So there's 2 schools of thought here. You can either trim the collar down, or you can remove the collar altogether. I've seen both on the internet. I think we're gonna mess around and see if we can figure out if one's better than the other, or if it's just a whole lot easier to just tape it up and put it back on without the collar.
The next thing that you need to do is measure how much of the foil tape you want to use. You're going to want some overlap on the inside, and then of course you're going to want some overlap on the bottom that goes onto the ceiling. But you need to be careful that your overlap on the ceiling is not any wider than your cover for the vent. Otherwise, you're going to see your foil tape. So we're going to take some measurements and put them up and around the circle. Let's get to it. Pro tip, once you have measured your foil, save the backing as a template to make new ones. It will save you some time. Second pro tip, you may not need an X-Acto knife or a razor blade. Standard scissors will work just fine. Tip number 3, don't cover those screw holes. Make sure that you leave a flap of that foil and just trim it off a little bit. That way you don't have trouble attaching the cover when you have to put it back together. As we've talked about before, we took this collar off of the vent cover after some debate back and forth, because as Bill has said, we've seen both examples online of just taking this and throwing it away, or trimming it down, putting it back on the vent cover and putting it up. So we know that we're already protected now with the foil. The air will flow through the ceiling down into the room and will not go in between the layers of the ceiling. However, I feel like that plastic collar gives it a little extra protection as well. We just measured the gap and then we just trimmed it down. Now we're going to snap it back onto the vent cover and we're going to pop it back up there. So definitely shorter than where we started.
So this is the one we modified, and this one is just stock what came with the RV. I definitely feel a difference. The way this one's blowing to this one, I think we've already made an improvement. Yay!
Welcome to our loft. It is so roomy and spacious. This has been my favorite vent to upgrade so far.
Now this doesn't have any bearing on our tips or tricks today, but we did want to show you our little discovery here in our children's bunk room. It has one vent and the craftsmanship's just a little odd. Well, let me show you what I mean. That right there, folks, is a dryer vent. So that is how this little teeny tiny room is actually getting airflow. No, we don't need to modify that, but it's really quite interesting. Feels nice in here now.
As you can see, we're kicking back, relaxing, enjoying the nice cool air. I think our 4 steps that we showed you really have improved the airflow and made it a lot cooler inside.
Absolutely. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, learned a little bit of something, or were mildly entertained, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Of course, subscribe to our channel.
And leave us a comment down below.
Yes.
Tell us if you got any more tips. Tell us how you stay cooler in your RV in the summer.
For sure. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we release a new video or we go live.
Well, I'm Bill,
And I'm Natasha,
and we're nursing our travel bug.
and we're encouraging you to get out there and nurse what makes you happy.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Go
Stay
it.
cool.
Cool as the other side of the pillow.
Cool as a cucumber, baby.
Coolio.
Super cool. Like vanilla ice. Ice, baby. Too cold. Too cold.
Bloopers.
What is true that it?
Bill, I wasn't recording.
I'm like my dad.
Lightning.
Sorry, I'm just gonna put on a regular shirt. No, it's too hot. 91. I don't have my phone ready. Not really fixing up. We need to fix that, and we're
Fixing
gonna
up?
show you.
I just lost my light.
Hi, I'm Lord. Do I really have to announce my? They are not responsible for any damage.
Start it again. Reminding you to not kick the camera.
Reminding you to replace your shoddy RV furniture. Well, I'm Bill,
And
and that's
Bernie.
Bernie.
Ta-da!